In today's video, 10 best lifting or training advice na sinabi sa inyo. Let's go! What's good, YouTube? Welcome back sa channel, Jacob Alava. And kung bago kayo dito, my name is Jacob. This channel is all about fitness, health, lifestyle, and self-development. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok for more useful content. So guys, the inspiration of today's video topic, nagpa-Q&A kasi ako sa Instagram stories ko, ano ang best advice when it comes to training or weightlifting? And ito yung mga sinagot nyo, starting with advice number 1. Practice, practice, practice. Guys, ang weightlifting, weight training, it's just like any other sport or skill. In order for you to get better at it, kailangan mo talaga mag-practice. The product of continuous practice when it comes to lifting weights is, number 1, lalakas ka, and number 2, lalaki yung muscles mo. And also to live a healthier lifestyle, diba? If you're a beginner, ang pinaka-importanting dapat gawin mo is mag-practice ka ng movements. When it comes to your compound lifts or yung free weights nyo, kahit nga machines practice mo gamitin. The more you practice, the more na malalaman mo ang specific function ng exercise and which muscles it targets. Kahit yung mga mas intermediate or mas advanced, dumaan rin naman sila dyan. Also, when you practice, the better you get at the movement, the less chance of injury. Advice number 2 is mind-muscle connection. Kung bago kayo dito, lagi kong pinag-uusapan ang mind-muscle connection sa channel ko. Kasi when you are lifting, you always have to lift with a purpose. Ano ba yung purpose ng pagbuhat mo? Are you trying to grow your muscles? Kung gusto mo lumaki ang certain muscles mo, you really have to feel the exercise. Kung nagba-bicep curls ka, kailangan na-feel mo talaga siya sa biceps mo. Or kung nag-chest press ka, kailangan na-feel mo talaga sa chest mo. It goes back to advice number 1 also, it comes with practice. You have to train your body to be used to the movement. Now, when it's used to the movement, pwede mong i-tweak ng konti yung movement para mas tumama dun sa muscles mo. At the end of the day, iba-iba talaga tayo ng genetics, iba-iba tayo ng body structures. Certain exercises or certain movements will be better for other people. Kaya kailangan hanapin nyo yung exercises na talagang nafe-feel nyo. Dapat each rep, conscious ka na nararamdaman mo. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. Advice number 3 is progressive overload. Kung hindi nyo pa alam kung ano ang progressive overload, check this video out. But to sum it up short, progressive overload simply means the gradual increase of stress over time. Pinapahirapan mo yung exercises mo over time. That's the only way to progress. Nadidebunk na niya yung myth na kailangan heavy weight, low reps para lumaki, and lightweight, many reps para magpa-cuts. Regardless of your goal, whether it's to bulk or to cut, kailangan china-challenge mo yung sarili mo. Whether it be increase in weight na binubuhat mo, increase in reps. It doesn't mean na lightweight, pero increase in reps. It can mean changing the tempo, yung bilis ng pag-angat at pagbaba ng weights mo. And it could be your rest period. Maraming ways for progressive overload to happen. If you want to know more, check this video out. Before we get to the next tip, now na na-mention ko progressive overload when it comes to bulking and cutting, I've recently started a cut. I want to share with you guys one tool na nakakatulong sa akin when it comes to staying accountable. And that's the Real Me Watch 2. Big shout out to the people over at Real Me for sending me this. Kasi as a coach, when I have a client who wants to lose weight or start a cut, or for example myself when I'm cutting, maganda kung may tool tayo that can help us with accountability. With this watch, this can track your steps and you can check an estimate of how many calories you've burned throughout the day and throughout the workout. Napaka-importante ng steps ngayon, guys. Lalo na ngayong pandemic na most of us are work from home or hindi masyadong lumalabas, nagiging sedentary tayo. What I do is I give myself and my clients daily targets for their step tracking and calorie targets for their cardio sessions. Yung kagandahan sa watch na to, guys, it has 90 different sports modes. It can track your sleep quality. You can even set alarms and timers. Pwede mo pang palitan yung watch face Ako, guys, personally, malaking tulong to sa akin ngayon that I'm trying to track my steps and my calories burned. If you're interested in getting something like this, I will link it in the description below. And abangan nyo yung 7/7 sale on Lazada and Shopee. With that out of the way, let's go to tip number 4. Form over weight and no ego lifting. Usually, may mga nakikita tayo, di ba? Sobrang bigat talaga nila magbuhat, pero yung form di maganda. Mas malaki ang chance na ma-injure mo yung sarili mo dun. Yes, kaya mo yung weight, pero hindi maayos yung form mo. So potentially, besides injury, hindi mo rin nabibigyan ng quality time under tension yung muscle mo. That's a common thing, lalo na kung younger lifter. Marami kasi rin ako nakikita na younger lifter. Siyempre, pag may mga kasamang kaibigan, pabigatan ng weight magbuhat, di ba? Minsan yung ego yung nagte-take over. So leave your ego out the door. For me, it's more impressive to lift with quality form rather than the weight or yung bigat na binubuhat mo. Advice number 5, this one actually quite surprised me kasi medyo mas advanced na rin siya and mas for regular lifters na siya. And the advice is hindi dapat beast mode palagi. This will tax your CNS or your central nervous system. Guys, this is so true. Back to the previous advice, yes, kaya mo yung weight na yun. Pero ang problema dun is you have the potential to tax your CNS or your central nervous system. What does this mean? How does this happen? Guys, when it comes to lifting too heavy, lalo na yung mga 1 rep maxes, if you keep regularly doing it, ito yung nafe-feel mo na parang nahihilo ka, blurry vision, lightheaded. It's not the most optimal way to make gains in the long run. Your recovery takes a hit, pwedeng sumakit ulo mo, and pwede rin maapektuhan yung body coordination mo. So instead of lifting yung beast mode lagi, to failure lagi, try to prioritize your recovery. You don't always have to go too hard all the time. Remember, if you don't recover enough, you won't be making gains optimally. Advice number 6 is to be patient and consistent. I've said it before in my other videos, guys. Proseso talaga siya eh. Hindi siya ganun kabilis mag-build ng muscle, hindi ka overnight gagaling magbuhat, hindi ka overnight lalakas. It's just like everything in life. Nothing worth having comes easy. Madalas kasi we get so caught up na gusto mong lumaki agad, gusto mong gumanda agad yung katawan. Instead na ganun yung mindset natin, take it day by day. Nagbuhat ka ba of quality today? Are you eating right? Sleeping right? Mas mag-focus kayo doon. And I promise the results will definitely follow. Advice number 7, brace your core during heavy lifts or during your heavy compound lifts. Guys, nagugulat na ako sa mga sumasagot dito sa IG Q&As ko kasi mahuhusay na and I'm actually impressed sa mga answers niyo. So I had to include this one in. Siyempre, pag mas beginner ka, kailangan ma-master mo talaga yung mga compounds. Squats, your deadlift, your bench press, overhead press, your barbell row, yung mga yan. It uses multiple muscles per exercise. Kaya ito yung mga barbell exercises natin. If hindi ka pa stable, hindi pa ready or braced yung core natin, malaki ang chance for injury, lalo na kung mabigat yung weight na ginagamit natin. So the more expert lifters and the more experienced lifters, pag nagbubuhat sila, talagang gumagamit sila minsan ng belt, diba, to support. But even when you're using a belt, you really have to brace your core. You have to tighten your core, your abdominals, your lower back, to lift heavy weight injury-free. Mistake ko rin kasi yan dati, guys. Kala ko magde-deadlift ka lang or magbe-bench press ka lang, basta magawa mo yung movement. Pero napaka-importante yung pag-stabilize talaga ng core, yung trunk mo. Kung hindi siya stable, tapos nagsa-squat ka or nagde-deadlift ka, dyan nagkakaroon ng injuries sa likod. Practice bracing your core, doing these movements kahit at a lighter weight. Advice number 8, since nasa topic pa rin tayo of training, sleep is just as important as lifting weights. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. Lagi ko na ito sinasabi sa mga previous videos ko. Nag-try na ba kayo magbuhat ng puyat? Hindi okay, diba? Hindi mo ma-push yung sarili mo. Bitin, may feeling na pagod, yung lifts mo hindi of quality. At saka ako personally, bitin ako sa tulog. I do not look forward to lifting. May mga times na parang power through, pero may mga times din na parang hindi ko talaga feel. Kaya ko magbuhat, yes, pero hindi ko kaya magbuhat ng usual weight ko or even to progress. Kaya huwag niyong kakalimutan ang quality, restful sleep niyo. Advice number 9, don't forget to train your heart as well. Simply, mag-cardio ka. Guys, I'm a firm believer na kailangan talaga natin ng cardio. As much as I talk about weightlifting, I feel like it's also an important aspect in our lives, not just for aesthetic purposes, but for health overall. Lalong-lalo na ngayon, pandemic, sabi ko nga kanina, sedentary lifestyle natin, nakaupo lang tayo madalas, di tayo masyadong gumagalaw. And when it comes to cardio, hindi naman kailangan yung taxing na nag-high intensity interval training ka, tumatakbo ka, nagsisprints ka, marathon runs. Guys, simple walks can do the trick. Just get up, move more, increase mo yung tinatawag nating NEAT or yung non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Any chance na you can stand up, stretch, walk around, take it. Cardio is just as important as lifting weights. Advice number 10, there is such a thing called overtraining. So ito yung pag lagi kang nagbubuhat, di ka nagpapahinga, go hard ka lagi ng go hard, you can burn yourself out. Ako personally, I know overtrained na ako if hindi na ako as enthusiastic magbuhat, hindi na ako kasing excited, yung pumps don't feel as good, lifts aren't as of quality, hindi na masyado nagpo-progress in terms of the weight. Kaya nga pag may structured program kayo, magkakaroon ng deload eh. Kaya nga na-exist yung deload. Pag masyado kang overtrained, it can negatively impact your progress. Guys, kung gusto nyo talaga ng long-term progress, kailangan nyo talaga mag-deload sa programs. Even the pro bodybuilders do this. If you're in this for the long run, you have to let your muscles rest and recover. I highly suggest you guys get structured programs, yung pinapag-deload kayo over time for long-term progress. So itong mga 10 advice na to, this is according to you guys. Ito yung mga sinagot nyo sa Instagram stories ko. So kung hindi nyo pa ako pina-follow sa Instagram, follow nyo ako sa Instagram kasi nagtatanong din ako doon for future content. Syempre, there are definitely more good advice out there. Pero kayo guys, let me know down in the comments below kung ano pa ang good advice na pwede nyo ma-share sa atin. Kung bago kayo dito, my name is Jacob. Please hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell. Sana marami kayo natutunan and sana na-enjoy nyo. And I'll see you guys in the next video.